Hello everybody, Mikey here, Burns Post like I always say, and today I'm going to be talking about FNAF Secrets of the Mimic again, but more specifically about Fiona and how she died at Fall Fest. Now in this video I got one main cause of death and several culprits behind her death, so let's just jump into it. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a brief recap on who Fiona is and why she's important to FNAF, just because I want the newer FNAF fans to understand, or some older FNAF fans who fell off of FNAF for a bit to understand. So in Secrets of the Mimic, she designed several characters such as the White Tiger, Chica, Foxy, and Roxy, and probably more. She's also Edwin Murray's wife and David Murray's mother. The reason why the Murray family is important to the story is because Edwin Murray made the Mimic, and it was difficult to put the pieces together, but something went terribly wrong, and now the Mimic is the new main villain of FNAF. After some time in the 70s, she goes to an event called Fall Fest to help a crew who are running things. Fall Fest is just a festival in the FNAF universe that celebrates the start of fall for those of you who didn't know. So, now that you know who Fiona is and what Fall Fest is, let's talk about how she died and who did it. Well, if you ask me, I think there's only one way that she could have died, and that's by fire. In FNAF, fire plays a big part of the story, so I think it'd be fitting if one of the first big deaths in FNAF was by a fire, and it also would be the first time someone died to a fire and not an animatronic passing on due to a fire. Also, another major reason for this is because in Help Wanted 2, we can see a Fall Fest themed level, and that level ends by burning down. The Carney named Carney even says I'm burning, and Fiona is represented in Secrets of the Mimic with a carnival-esque bear. Now I know that's not one-to-one, but we can at least say fire is related to Fiona's death, so I'm gonna go with that she unfortunately burned to death at Fall Fest. So, now that we have the how, what about the who and why? For this, I have three suspects. Number 1, William Afton. I mean, come on, he's the main killer of FNAF. Number 2, Henry Emily. More on him later. And 3, it was simply an accident. Alright, let's get into our suspects. So first up is William Afton. Now, is it surprising to anyone that William is a suspect? I mean, he's probably killed the most people in FNAF. Well, that title might have been taken by the Mimic now, but let's focus on Will for now. Now, William fits the profile for a killer, but my major question is, why would he kill Fiona? Now, I have two reasons. The first reason is that he wanted to make Edwin more vulnerable to exploit and make it easier to steal his company. The other reason is that she found out the plan to cut Edwin out and William wanted to silence her. I like this idea because it makes William more evil. However, it doesn't make sense for William at this point in the timeline. William at this point isn't a killer, just a scummy businessman. Now you could say this is his first kill, but I think otherwise. There's also lack of in-game evidence for William killing Fiona. There's no hidden message or hidden minigame showing that he could have done it, so I think for the first time, William Afton is innocent of murder. That feels weird to say. Next up is William's partner in slime, Henry. Now, Secrets of the Mimic gave us some more context on Henry. Henry in this game seems to be at least a scummy businessman himself. And sidebar, I like this a lot. He's not the jaded man we see in Pizza Sim yet. It makes sense that he would be different and possibly a little bit more messed up than we first thought. After all, he and William were friends for a reason. But is Henry being a ruthless businessman enough to make him a suspect for murder? Well, no. I think it would be interesting if Henry killed Fiona, but I don't think he would kill her. The only reason he would have to kill her is the same reason William would have, if she saw something that she shouldn't have. But that's a stretch for Henry at this point in the timeline too. However, this third option is my favorite, that it was an accident. Now, I think this is because Fazbear is notorious for bad safety. I think it would be a fun story choice to make what started this new arc of FNAF was simply an accident, just like how in the Scott games, one of the things that set off those games was an accident, aka the Bite of 83. Now, something that could be interesting about this choice is whether William or Henry caused this accident, either due to a real mistake or actual malice for Fiona. I think this is the most likely theory, as again, there is no evidence in Secrets of the Mimic that Fiona died to being killed, or if it was an accident. I lean more towards accident due to Edwin's reaction to Fiona's death. In the audio recording, there's no hate, just sadness and regret. I think if there was a single suspicious that she was killed, I think Edwin would have been more angry and paranoid. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, what if William and Henry just didn't leave any evidence? Well, I have something to counter that. William, at least, is a guy to have pride in his killings. Like in the movie, how he lets Vanessa have Garrett's plane. I think if he killed Fiona, we would have seen some kind of evidence that he did kill Fiona. Yep, so that's the end of Fiona. Yep, she's totally gone. crap. Okay, so bonus part of this video, I'm gonna be giving my thoughts if Fiona is still around as a ghost, and I'm gonna give two answers, yes if and no if. If Fiona was killed, I can say that she could be possessing M1 or F10, but if it was an accident, I don't think she's possessing anything, as when it comes to adults in FNAF, they don't really possess things when they die to accidents or anything at all, really. Before I close out this video, I just want to give a very special thank you to our channel members. Thank you Default NPC and Lone Templar Projects. But yeah guys, that's all for today. What do you guys think of my theory? Do you agree that it was an accident? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and if you liked this video, please subscribe and hit that bell. Stay safe out there, and may the stars shine down upon you. Bye!